I know, I'm late to the party. It's been like 8 years since this thing came out, but I think it's better late than never. Today we're going to be talking about the Law Tactical folding stock adapter. How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the Pilot Patriot channel. I've been wanting one of these Law Tactical folding stock adapters since they came out 7 or 8 years ago. And as I'm finishing up this pistol build, I finally got one. So we're going to be talking about this adapter, why you might want one, and what some of the applications are. And then we're going to be showing you how to install it. But before we do that, guys, if you haven't done it yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below, hit that notification bell, and give us a thumbs up because this video definitely isn't getting monetized. So first things first, why might you want a folding stock adapter? In this case, a folding brace adapter. And the answer to that question is obvious: to decrease the overall length of your firearm. With this brace fully collapsed and folded, we're taking off about 7 inches here on the back of the firearm. Now that is significant, especially if you're going to be transporting your firearm or storing it. Maybe you want to be able to put it down into a backpack or in a tight space in your vehicle. This is going to be perfect for that. Now, one of the first questions people ask is, can I shoot it with the stock folded? The answer to that is yes. One time. Now, with the stock folded, you can fire one shot. Of course, the gun is not going to be able to cycle because your bolt carrier has nowhere to go. So you can only fire one shot. But with the Law Tactical, it does capture it here, so it's not dangerous to do that. So you could fire that one shot if you needed to, though it's not really recommended. The main purpose of something like this is for transportation or storage so that you can make it a smaller package. And other than the cool factor of just being able to fold your brace or your stock, that's the main reason I got it, because it's likely that I'll be transporting this in my truck or putting it into a backpack, and I wanted to be able to do that without any issues. Now, why did I go with Law Tactical versus some of the competitors? From my research, there's really only one viable competitor to the Law Tactical, and that's one from Sylvan Arms. I'll put a picture here at the top of the screen. There are some things about that I don't like. Number one is just the way it looks. I think it looks funky on the rifle, and we'll talk more about that in a minute, how the Law Tactical is really just a seamless look and really looks good on the firearm. But aside from that, the one from Sylvan Arms doesn't look as sturdy. It doesn't look as reliable because of the way it fits on the gun, with a gap here between the receiver, then you have the stock adapter, and then you have your regular castle nut and buffer tube. I think that just creates too many weak points versus this one that actually locks onto the receiver itself. The other thing is with the Sylvan Arms, unless they fixed it in a newer generation or something, you cannot fire that one shot with the stock folded because there is nothing that captures this bolt extension here. So if you were to fire the Sylvan Arms one with the stock closed, it's just going to shoot back into your face, and that is not very safe. So this thing works flawlessly, it looks good, and it serves a purpose. So I really like almost everything about it. There are a couple things I don't like, and I'm going to get to that in just a minute. But first, we're going to get back over to the tabletop, and I'll show you how to install the Law Tactical folding stock adapter. All right, guys, we're getting ready to get this thing installed. We already have all our parts laid out. We have the actual folding stock adapter here, your bolt carrier extension here, a threaded flange that's going to hold it onto the firearm, and then an install tool. Now, I will go ahead and tell you, the first thing I'm noticing here, I don't know if you guys can see this on camera, this part right here is a different color than the rest. It's actually blue. It's like a navy blue. I don't know why that is. I don't know if it's like that on all the Law Tactical folders, but I'm going to do a little research on that and get in touch with them to see if it's supposed to be like that, and if it's not, if they can send out a replacement. But you guys let me know in the comments below. Is y'all's navy blue right here? But anyway, first thing we need to do, guys, is remove this hex screw here. This is the side plate cover. We're going to need to take this screw out, and that is under spring tension, so just be careful as you're taking this out. And while we're working on this, guys, I'm going to be using my Wheeler gunsmith and screwdriver set. It's a pretty nice little set. I will put a link to that in the description below if you guys want to check that out. So I just need to remove this screw here, and like I said, it is under spring tension, so watch out for that. So that comes right off, and you'll see there is a spring in here that we're going to need to save. Next thing you'll need to do is just go ahead and take off the existing buffer tube and stock or brace from your lower. With that done, you can go ahead and put your folding adapter in place. You're going to want to put the side that says close before firing. That's the side that goes against the lower receiver. And you're just going to fit that in place. And while you're holding it in place, you're going to use your threaded flange here, and you're just going to thread that in from the back. And you can see there, this thing has flexed and bent, so that means we have the right torque and we are installed. Now this is one thing that I really like about the Law, is that it fits right up against the back of your lower receiver. It gives it a nice seamless look as opposed to some of the competitors. And once you've got that in place, you can turn it back around. We're going to reinstall that spring and the cover right here. That spring is going to fit down into this hole right here. Just drop that down in. Put your cover back over top of it. And then holding that in place, just reinstall your set screw in the bottom. Just going to function check that real quick. Hit this button right here on the side and make sure that that plate there on the inside moves freely. And then you're going to want to flip it over here and tighten this set screw on the right side of the adapter. And then now moving over here to the other side of the adapter, we're just going to install our buffer tube the same as we normally would. You can see it has the hole here for your buffer retaining spring and detent. So we're just going to go ahead and start threading on our buffer tube. And then we'll go ahead and reinstall our spring and detent. Then we're just going to go ahead and finish threading on our castle nut. Now with that done, I'm going to go ahead and fold this. It does take a little bit of a snappy motion. That is a pretty tight hinge, which I think is a good thing. All right, now that I've got all of that installed, we're going to hit our button here to fold the stock, and then we can go ahead and install our buffer and spring as we normally would. All right, that's done. Now with that done, we'll go ahead and get the upper back on here and finish the install. Then I'm going to go ahead and reinstall my pistol brace. Now we need to install our bolt extension. To do that, you need to go ahead and fold the stock. Then pressing down on this button here, you're going to go ahead and pull your bolt carrier group out slightly. And you can see here on this bolt carrier extension, it has these little rubber gaskets here. That's going to get you a really nice tight fit on here. So we're just going to make sure that fits on there nicely, and then push it in past this little detent here. This is that button that moves out of the way. So you're just going to press that in until it catches here. Then you're ready to go. You just fold that stock back up and you are good to go.
All right, guys, now that you've seen how to install it, you know everything I love about it. Now let me tell you two things I do not like about it. The first thing is the weight. This is going to weigh about a pound by itself. So if you're trying to build an ultra light pistol or rifle or something like that, just keep that in mind, that this is going to add about a pound to your overall build, and that is significant, guys. Now, part of the reason it weighs so much is because of its sturdy construction. This is made of a 4140 hardened steel, so it is very robust.
My next big con is the price. This thing is going to run you about $250. You can usually find it a little less than that at discounts and stuff like that, but around $250. And that's why it took me so long to get one of these. I just had a hard time justifying the cost, especially for my longer rifles and stuff. But when I started building this pistol, I knew that Law Tactical folding stock adapter was something that I definitely wanted on this build. I did mention as I was installing it that there was a part of mine that was a slightly different color than the rest of it. Now, as soon as I finished filming that, I emailed Law Tactical, and no lie guys, within 5 minutes, this is not a lie, within 5 minutes of sending that email, I got a call from Law Tactical. He explained to me that it looked like that part didn't get coated the way it was supposed to. He said he's never seen that before, and I do believe him. The customer service was just great, guys. Like I said, they called me back within 5 minutes. He instantly took down my information and is going to be dropping a new cover in the mail tomorrow that is correctly coated, and that will be the same color as the rest of the stock adapter. So no issues there. Now we are going to be doing a full video about this build and everything that's on it, so stay tuned for that. If you haven't yet, guys, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below and hit that notification bell so you get notified when we upload new videos. And that's really all I have for the Law Tactical folding stock adapter, guys. I hope you like this video. If you have any questions or anything like that, make sure you leave it in the comment section below. Make sure you hit that like button. That really helps us out with the YouTube algorithm, because you know that this is definitely not going to be monetized. You can also use our links in the description below. I'm going to be linking to the Law Tactical folding stock adapter. I got mine from Optics Planet, and I'll put that link down in the description below for you guys. And if you want to help support the channel, you can always follow us on Patreon or visit PilotPatriotApparel.com to get yourself some patriotic and Second Amendment t-shirts. Thanks for watching, guys. Please like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.